Hi there, this is Pranay from the PS Diary. Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on the geographic location. I hope you are doing great today. So, in this session, we are going to talk about replication troubleshooting. Okay, so this actually covers the concept, how it actually works, how the queue looks like, how the SQM output looks like when you have issue and when you don't have issue, right? So, in the previous topic, we have talked about replication initialization when you are starting from scratch. I mean, initializing a database on the source and target both places, which is not the very usual scenario. And then we have also talked about you already have a database and then you have taken a dump of the source database and restored on target, and then how do you use the dump marker and how the threads go down and what all things are done are to be done on the source and target server, right? So we have covered that. You can refer to those videos. So in today's session we are going to show you when everything is working fine, okay, how it looks like on the source server, on the target server, and also on the replication server, okay, then also on the RSST server. And then we will try to create an issue, okay, and we'll have a transaction which we will not commit, we'll keep it open transaction. Then we will show you how the things look at the rep server, replication server, on the source server and the replication agent, and then what is the impact on target, the usage on the queue, and all that, right? So I have started the recording, so let me start. So this is my lab, as you are aware. So before we do anything, so use repdb. So in the previous sessions we have initialized replication and we have set up replication, right? So currently in my setup I have one source and three targets. Source is repdb on ASC1 and target I have 3 on the ASC2 server, which goes through MSS setup. So one is repdb, which I had used for initializing database from the scratch. Second one what I had was targetdb, which is again MSS setup, and third one wherein I showed you dump marker. Okay, so I have 3 targets. So before we do anything, let me see if there is anything used by log. Okay, yes, it's used. So let's do dump tran repdb with no log, so that we don't get issue with the log once we start the lab, right? So now let's sp underscore help segment and log segment. Let's see. Okay, so now we are good. Then we will go to ASC rep server, and then we will see whether anything is down on the replication server. So admin who is down. Anything is down right now? Nothing is down. Now the connections that I am having, so you can see as I mentioned before. So I have the inbound queue that you see here, that is ASC1, okay, and then I have on the target side, right? So target side I have got 3 servers. So ASC2 repdb, then ASC2 target db, then ASC2 dump marker db. So 3 targets I have. Okay, so let's get started. So now as of now there is no issue at all. I showed you. Let me also go to the target server. Okay, so use repdb and select star from rs underscore last commit. This is the table that we actually use to check the latency between source and target. Okay, so you see 27th March 12:32 AM. What is the time now? So now it is 1:39. So you see it's not actually in sync because there is nothing to replicate. Okay, so in the client's environment or in the prod server, what we do to find out latency, we keep checking them, but then you will not have data all the time. So what do is we create one heartbeat table on the source which keeps on updating the record for a given table every 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then that keeps replicating so that we don't get latency. In case of any issue, real issue, then that will not replicate, and that's how we'll come to know, right? And I have also opened the replication error log, okay, so that you can really see like what all things are happening, and then how it writes into the error log, replication error log. Okay, so all good. Now So, I prepared a set of command to show you what all things we are going to cover. Okay. So, first thing sp underscore help underscore rep underscore agent for the rep TB. So, let us see how it looks like. Okay. So, here it will be difficult to read. So, let me copy it outside. For this session I have opened one notepad plus plus, so it would be easy to read from here. Okay. So, let us see start marker. Okay, you see it's all matching, start marker, end marker, current marker. So, end marker and current marker is actually at the same place right now, there is no difference. Okay. So, which means there is nothing to replicate. One more thing to check. So, oldest transaction, you see it's a -10. How this will change I will show you. Okay. As of now there is nothing to replicate, and then batch size is also important. And then from here you can make out what is our rep server. Okay. So, this entry will be there in the interface file, and then what is the username that is used for replicate data from source to target through rep server. Okay. So far so good. Now, what is the next thing that I want to show you is admin who comma sqm and who comma sqt. So, let us go to rep server now, admin who comma sqm and then admin who comma sqt. Let us copy this output outside, so that we can see how to make out of that and copy into notepad plus plus. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, so I have one source server, source database to replicate, and target I have 3 databases. So, RepDB, TargetDB and DumpMarkerDB. So, this is SQM. So, when there is no issue at all, how it looks like. So, in this first transaction there is nothing in the SQT output. Now, in the SQM let us see the blocks segments. So, let us see first segment block. So, 51, 39 first and last is actually matching, as it is matching on the replication on the primary rep agent output that I showed you, right. And then this is again matching, and now next read is 39 to 40, 12 to 13, 6 to 7 and likewise 63 to 64. So, we know that what all things are there. So, there is no gap in between next read and last segment block, and even first segment block and last segment block is actually matching. Okay. Now, let us go and see the queue before we move to the next part. Okay. Select queue underscore number comma queue underscore type count star from rs underscore segments group by queue underscore number queue underscore type. Okay. So, right now 0 means this is the one which we have space which is not used right now. So, 26 MB and then we have 4. So, one is inbound queue and all others are outbound queue. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 30 MB is what we have space, and out of that 4 MB is used by all these queues, but in fact we do not have anything. Okay. So, and also you can find that out using admin disk underscore space, but you will not get details about details for each queue level, right. So, here you will see total segment 30 and used is 4. Okay. So far so good. Now, what we will do is we will try to create an issue. So, one more thing I wanted to show you, I have to show you. So, last commit, I think we already covered that. Yes. So, it is already covered. Okay. Now, let us see what is the next. So, now what we will do is we will try to create issue on the source server. Okay. So, begin turn. Okay, and let us insert into test messages and top 1000 star from master.sys messages. Let us see how it looks like. So, 1000 rows are affected. Now, this is there in the syslogs hold because it is not committed, it is an open transaction, right. Now, let us go and see if any change is there on the admin who comma sqt. So, currently there is nothing that you can see here, right. Now, what we will do, we agent, that is also something which we can actually see. Go to target source server now, and there is no transaction is open. So, sp underscore help underscore rep underscore agent and rep TP. Okay. Now, let's copy it outside. And put it here. So before anything, let me show you the oldest transaction. So it's -10, which means there is nothing in the queue right now. And then the end marker, current marker is actually matching. Okay, start marker is different, but the end marker and current marker is actually matching. This is also matching. So this is how it will look like when there is no issue at all. Okay, so in this session we talked about replication troubleshooting. How do we see the output of SQT, SQM, then how do we make out the error log, replication error log. There is some error in that, there is some warning, then row count validation, and on the source side, when we have things moving from source to target, how it will go in the sequence. And unless the queue is fully utilized, you can have you can have committed transaction which will still go, even though open will not go because you already have there in the queue, but then the one which is committed will still go to the target. Okay, so that should be pretty much, I think. Do let me know in case of any question, and thank you for tuning. Okay, thank you, bye.